the great Mongol Emperor Genghis Khan was born in Mongolia in 1162. His childhood name, Timokhin, comes from the Chinese word meaning perfect warrior. According to legend, Timokhin was born with one hand shaped like a fist, and when his palm was opened, it was filled with blood clots. When his father learned of this, he said that his son would be a great warrior and cause much bloodshed on earth. His father Yasuji was the leader of the Tatar tribe, which gained great fame and power in Mongolia in the 12th and 13th centuries. His mother was a noblewoman from the same tribe, a devoted woman who tried to raise Timokhin and her other children according to ancient Turkic and Mongolian traditions. His father died when his son Timokhin, whom he said would become a great warrior, was only 10 years old. The unity of the people under his rule disintegrated. The whole family became orphans and helpless. Growing up in these harsh living conditions, Timokhin became a tall, strong, and dashing young man. He could stay on horseback all day long and could use his bow skillfully. Timokhin and his brothers decided to gather their father's nation around them and unite all the righteous. In Mongolia, which at this time was divided into many fiefdoms, there were two powerful khans, the Kiryat Khan, the clan of Timokhin, and the Naiman Khan. There was a third Khan called the Merkits, the oldest enemy of Timokhin's clan. Alarmed by the growing power of the sons of the Karyites, the Merkits raided the headquarters of Timokhin and his brothers one night. They kidnapped Timokhin's mother and wife. They also looted all his property, and Timokhin barely escaped with his life and took refuge in Mount Haldun. In order to resist the Merkits and save his family, he asked for help from his father's friend Tughril Khan of Kiryat. Tughril Khan sent a large army under Timokhin's command. Timokhin was thus able to save his family from the Merkits. As Timokhin grew stronger, other tribes started to revolt. When his friend Tughril Khan also died during the war, the Kiryat tribe joined Timokhin's subjects. In order to become the sole ruler of Mongolia, Timokhin, who gathered many principalities under his patronage, had to conquer his most powerful enemy, the Naiman Khanate. The difficult war that started in 1204 lasted for a year. Timokhin had won this war too and had now established his power. In 1206, he was proclaimed as Cehnghiz with the title of Cehnghiz at the Great Assembly held on the banks of the Onon River. In this ceremony, 9 banners were erected according to tradition. Genghis Khan fought the various tribes of Mongolia until the age of 50, and although he was occasionally defeated, he was never deterred by failure. But it was after these years that Genghis Khan's greatest achievements began. Genghis Khan first fought with the Chinese state. In 1211, he laid siege to Beijing, and after long and bloody battles, he signed a treaty with the Chinese ruler and married a Chinese princess. This was his second marriage. However, the war started again a few months later and lasted until 1215, when Beijing was taken. On this date, the Chinese ruler accepted Genghis Khan's absolute sovereignty and agreed to pay tribute. The most powerful Islamic state in the West was the Khwarezmshahs. Their ruler, Sultan Mahmud, had recently defeated the Karakate state and was preparing to attack China. He was alarmed by Genghis's success and sent an embassy to him. Genghis Khan thought that friendship and trade with the Khwarezmshahs would be beneficial, so he sent a delegation in response. Thus, friendship between the Mongols and the Khwarezmshahs began and a trade treaty was concluded. Upon this treaty, in 1218, a 450-strong Mongolian trade caravan set out to bring the most expensive goods of that era to the Islamic countries. However, in the city of Otrar in Kharzm, the governor of Otrar, Kher Khan Enichik, stopped this caravan, had its goods looted and all its men killed. The only survivor reported the situation to Genghis Khan. Genghis then asked Sultan Mahmud to hand over Kher Khan to him. However, Genghis' envoys who came to express this request were also killed. This event, which went down in history as the Otrar disaster, became the reason for the beginning of Mongol raids on Islamic countries. Genghis Khan decided to take revenge against the Khwarezm state and organized a great campaign. he captured the principalities of Karakate and Naiman on his way. When he came to the city of Otrar, where his caravan was looted and his men were killed, he left his sons Shagate and Ajadi there and continued on his way after fighting with the governor of Otrar, Heir Khan, who resisted with 70,000 soldiers. He named the city on his way, where the Zernuk fortress had surrendered spontaneously, as the Blessed City. The Islamic region called Mavar-Hunnar was also besieged by Genghis Khan's armies. After passing Samarkand, Genghis Khan laid siege to Bokhara. After 3 days and nights of attacks, the 50,000-strong army defending Bokhara surrendered the blood-soaked city to Genghis Khan. When he besieged Samarkand, he again put the people to the sword. Having conquered Khorasan, Genghis Khan ordered his sons to lay siege to Uljanch, the center of Khorasan. After 6 months of siege, Uljanch was also destroyed. His revenge caused Genghis Khan to go down in history as a bloody ruler. All these wars led to the Mongol domination of almost all the Islamic states in the east. Genghis Khan returned to Mongolia in 1225. On his return, he divided his empire among his 4 sons. In 1227, during the Tanda campaign, he fell ill and died. Since his funeral was conducted in the manner of the ancient Turkish kings, the location of his grave is unknown. This great warrior was not satisfied with military achievements alone. He also created a law regulating the legal and military affairs of the Mongol Empire. This law, known as the Genghis Code, was a collection of oral traditions from the ancient Turks to the Mongols in 33 books. Genghis Khan's military skill and the strategies he employed made him a great commander in history.